Hey guys, it's Frankie, and today I'm going to be answering some of your questions with the help of Rebecca. So yeah, this is my friend Rebecca, and she wanted to be in one of the videos. So she's going to be asking the questions, and I'm going to be answering them.
How did you find out about the Twilight book?
And
what made you read it?
okay, well, my dad actually bought me Twilight. And this was before it was really popular. No one really heard about it that much, so I didn't know about it. And he was like, yeah, it's about vampires, you'll love it. And I was like, vampires? Yay! Because I really did not like vampires, and I wasn't really excited to read it, but thank God I did, because, you know, I fell in love with it, and the rest is history.
If you could, what character would you play in the Twilight movie?
Bella, for sure. Actually, when they first announced that Kristen Stewart was going to be playing Bella, I started to cry. She was over, and I was just like, no! I was so sad, because I always had this, like, vision that I'd be walking down the street, and then some big producer would be like, oh, we need you to be in the Twilight movie. And I'd be like, okay. And then, you know, so that day my dreams just shattered. But I'm okay with it now.
Have you had a relationship like Bella, Edward, or Jacob?
Well, with, like, Bella and Jacob, I guess, kind of in the sense that sometimes friendship isn't always enough. And then I'm sure everyone in the world has felt unrequited love at least once. So, in that sense, yeah, and Edward and Bella, no, definitely not.
If not, do you want one?
There are certain aspects of their relationship that I would want. Like, I'd like to find that level of commitment and adoration that they have for each other one day. Definitely not when I'm 17 years old. And their relationship got, like, really serious really fast. And it's, like, really intense, and, like, I don't want that, especially when I'm 17. So, yes and no.
Who was your favorite casting and why? Who was your least favorite and why?
My favorite casting is definitely Kristen Stewart as Bella and Taylor Lautner as Jacob. And why? Because I think Kristen Stewart is the only person who will be a better Bella than me. Plus, Kristen Stewart is a really amazing actress, and yeah. And then for Taylor Lautner, why? Because he's my husband, and we will be getting married someday. So Taylor, if you're out there watching this, my name is Frankie. It's nice to meet you. Come meet me so we can get married. Okay, and my least favorite casting, you know, just because someone doesn't look the way I thought they would in my head doesn't mean I'm not going to like them, and I think that me sitting here complaining to you guys is not going to change anything at all, so I'm not really going to comment on that. Plus, I think the person's acting ability is more important than their looks, because you really shouldn't judge people on their looks. So, you okay?
I'm okay.
So yeah, I'm not really going to comment on that.
What is your favorite book series other than Twilight?
Harry Potter. I am a huge Harry Potter fan. I love Harry Potter, and I'm so sad it's over. But I do love Twilight more. Sorry, J.K. Rowling, but yeah, I do. So yeah, Harry Potter is definitely one of them. Also, I really like Confessions of Georgia Nicholson. That series is really, really good. Here's some of them right here. This is the first one, Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Stalking. Here are a couple more. I don't have all of them with me. They're in my closet right now, but there's this one, and this is the most recent one. It's the 9th one. Yeah, those books are really great. If you haven't read them, you should definitely go read them. They're so funny. Like, I cry laughing from them. Like, they're just so funny, and they're really a quick, easy read. So if you're just looking for a good book to read, they're definitely them. Another series I really like is called Pretty Little Liars. There's the first one. Show them the back. That's the first one. There's 4 of them. Here are the second and third ones. And there's the backs of those. And, okay, thanks, Becca. Those books, they're like mystery books. So if you like mysteries, those are really good books to read. They're really scary, actually, but they're really good.
Let's say Jacob succeeded at killing Edward. Your first response?
Okay, just because I'm Team Jacob, everyone thinks I'm totally anti-Edward. But that's not true. I love Edward. I just love Jacob more. My first response would probably be to cry really hard, like for like 4 days. And then I'd hate Jacob. If Jacob did that, I could no longer love Jacob, because that'd just be too sad. So, yeah.
If And if anyone could imprint on you like the werewolves, who would you want to imprint on you?
Okay, this question, I'm not sure if it's strictly limited to Twilight or if anyone in the world could imprint on me. So I'll answer for both. If anyone in Twilight could imprint on me, Jacob. If anyone in the world could imprint on me, Taylor Lautner. So yeah.
Is there anything you don't like about the Twilight series?
Yeah, there is. This is a good question, I think. So whoever thought of this, good job. When I tell you guys are totally gonna freak out, but I don't like chapter 13 of Twilight. If you don't know what chapter 13 is, go look it up. No, I'm just kidding. Chapter 13 is the meadow chapter where they go with the meadow. And I really can't stand that chapter. It's my least favorite chapter in the whole entire series. Edward just like, be very still. And then Bella's like, don't move. It's just like, oh, just bite her already. Like, I think that chapter is way too overrated.
Have you been able to read The Host yet? If so, what are your opinions on it?
I have read The Host, and I loved it. I think it's just as good as Twilight. I think it's amazing. I love it. It's great. If you haven't read it, go read it.
If you were to meet Stephenie Meyer, what would your reaction be, and what would you say to her? What would you do if you were able to spend a whole day with her?
A whole day?
Yeah.
I actually have met Stephenie Meyer. She came down to Toronto on November 2nd last year for a book signing. So I got to meet her there, and my first reaction when I found out she was coming to Toronto was to lie on my kitchen floor and cry, because that's what I do sometimes. I was just so excited and so overwhelmed. I was like, oh, this can't be happening, it's just a dream. Anyways, yeah, that was my reaction. And then my reaction when I actually met her, I was just like, oh my god, that's Stephenie Meyer. But I didn't cry in front of her because I made sure not to, because that'd be pretty embarrassing if I cried in front of her. What did I say to her? I asked her a question. I think I asked her if a werewolf and a vampire were both evenly matched, they both had the same amount of strength, same speed, blah, blah, blah. If they got into a fight, who would win? So who basically has the upper hand? And Stephenie said that it is indeed the vampires who would win. It's kind of close call, but she said vampires, so yeah. And if I could spend a whole day with her, I would just sit there and stare at her. I'm just kidding, that's really creepy. I would probably just ask her, I have so many questions for her, I don't even think we'd be able to get through them all in one day, so I just ask her as many questions as I could. And I would also get Catherine Hardwicke's phone number from her, and then I phone Catherine Hardwicke and get Taylor Lautner's number from her, and then me and Taylor Lautner would get married, so yeah.
Who would you date in Twilight? Not Bella, Edward, or Jacob?
Not Bella? Jeez. I'm just kidding. Emmett, for sure. I love Emmett. He is so funny. And he's really adorable and hilarious, and I just love him, so Emmett.
Have you ever had a Twilight-related dream? If so, explain.
I've had dreams that are, loosely based on Twilight. They kind of, mention Twilight, or, I don't know, nothing really too Twilight-y. But the closest thing I've had was probably, I used to have braces, but it was the day before I was getting my braces off, and I had this dream that I was on my way to the orthodontist to get my braces off, and I ran into Taylor Lautner on the way, and I was like, damn, I saw my braces on, we'll have to meet him, but whatever, at least I'm meeting him, and stuff like that. And then, so we were talking, and then he was saying how they needed a girl my age to be in the Twilight movie, and I was like, pick me, and he was like, no, you have braces, you can't be in it, and I was like, no, that was more like a nightmare, that dream, but at least I got to meet Taylor in it.
That is the last question.
No, it's not. The next question is really long, I'm just going to summarize it. It's basically, what do you think of the theory that Bella doesn't truly love Jacob? Whoever made up the theory, who you? Bella loves Jacob, get over it. If you obviously hate Jacob so much, so you totally misinterpreted all of the eclipse, that's really sad. I feel bad for you, because you shouldn't have that much hate in your life. Bella even says she loves Jacob. Jacob did not brainwash her. He helped her realize it. Yeah, Bella loves Jacob. Obviously not as much as Bella loves Edward. Me, being a Team Jacob fan, I can realize that she loves Edward more. Now, you Team Edward fans just have to realize she just loves Jacob less. I'm going to quote Edward here. It's like comparing a tree to the entire forest. She loves Jacob like the tree, and Edward like the entire forest. So, get over it. She loves Jacob. Big deal. She's not with him. She told him, I'm gonna marry Edward. So, no harm done. It's okay. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.
Bye.